Good evening, VV Nation, and welcome to the channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. This is going to be a very interesting video. This could actually be a Tesla disruptor story. Now, keep in mind, it is a developing story. There's just a lot of news about it. But if this comes to fruition, this could be a big problem for Tesla. The name of the company that I'm going to talk about is a startup company called Slate Auto. What is Slate? Who are they?
Hey VV Nation, I'm Glenn.
And I'm Ryan, and on May 1st, put it on your calendars. By popular demand, we're kicking off the roadshow in Charlotte, North Carolina. Break down what we'll be doing that day.
We're going to do 2 live streams there. We're going to do the Stock Analysis Power Hour, which is going to be done by Ryan. We're also going to be doing Trending Thursday live stream as well, which will be hosted by me. And in the middle, we've got a special presentation.
We've worked very hard for a special presentation titled Unlocking the Secrets to Financial Success. Now, after the business is done, we're going to have some fun with our VIP experience where we rented out the presidential suite in Uptown Charlotte. We're going to have a very own sommelier hosted by Jarvis Vineyards. And on top of that, we are going to go over to Fahrenheit's, a beautiful rooftop restaurant where we'll be able to get to know our subscribers even more. To register, simply go to VectorVest.com/roadshow.
What is Slate? It's a stealthy new American EV automaker. Promises to be a game changer. Now, again, there's going to be a lot of buzzwords in this video because, again, it's a story that's still developing. What is Slate? Things are about to get interesting. What? You don't know about Slate? Okay. This writer didn't know either until a couple of weeks ago. And I'm thinking that a lot of you out there haven't heard about Slate, or some of you have, but I believe more people haven't heard about Slate than have heard. And to be honest, we still don't know much at this point. We've learned that Slate is a new U.S. company focused on EV technology that appears to be gearing up for something big. Just as soon as it steps out from behind the curtain of the clandestine website and divulges what is actually going on, here's what we know. Since it's a new automaker, we seemingly found it relatively recently that there isn't much background to share because, well, it doesn't have a history yet. According to Slate Auto's LinkedIn page, which has been verified on March 5th of 2025, it is a motor vehicle manufacturer based in Troy, Michigan, that is exploring opportunities in the electrical vehicle space. So there's a lot more that goes about what's going on with Slate, but I'm going to go to another story. Who is this backed by? Ta-da! It's backed by Jeff Bezos. He doesn't own it, but he is helping to raise money for this company. Slate Auto quietly raises $111 million Series A to build a $25,000 EV truck, eyes a 2026 launch in Indianapolis. There you go. That's why this story is big. You have Elon Musk, you have Jeff Bezos, 2 of the most richest people in the world, right? Now, Jeff Bezos is getting into that EV space to put some competition to Elon Musk and Tesla. Interesting that this story comes out as Tesla announces earnings this evening or this week. Just think about that. Very interesting how this story comes out in conjunction with the earnings that's going to be coming out for Tesla. Jeff Bezos is quietly placing a big bet. Normally, people don't want to hear about that. But you know who else did that? Microsoft did that when they invested in ChatGPT. Could this turn out to be the same kind of thing? Again, developing story on the future of electric vehicles through a startup called Slate Auto, according to TechCrunch. The secretive company has raised $111 million to fund the creation of a 2-seat electric pickup truck around $25,000. That's a lot less than the Cybertruck, isn't it? It's a lot less than a lot of other trucks that are out there. How Slate got its started back in 2022, a company connected to Bezos called Build Manufacturing. It has been flying under the radar, quietly hiring hundreds of employees, many of whom have worked at General Motors, Stellantis, and Harley Davidson. So these are seasoned people who are coming over to this company. Slate also attracted other marquee investors, including Mark Walter, controlling owner of the Lakers, and Thomas Tull, an early investor in Build Manufacturing, TechCrunch reported. All right, let's get a little deeper. Slate, there's Jeff Bezos' pictures, will be a disruptor. Slate Electric truck will be a disruptor. Let's scroll down a little bit. How do I get rid of some of this stuff? This stuff's all in the background. These days, it doesn't sound like $25,000 gets you much of anything when you're shopping for a new car. Blame inflation, America's love for giant trucks and SUV or automakers that keep delivering these record profits. This situation even gets worse in the electric vehicle arena. Prices are down as batteries get cheaper, but still about $59,000 on average in the United States. This is why the up-and-coming Slate Auto brand could be such a big deal. According to early reports, its new EV startup backed again, he doesn't own it, backed by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, among other people, that's aiming to make an all-electric truck from the ground up for about $25,000. What that vehicle looks like, not to mention its range, battery size, and source, performance, and other specs remains a mystery. That's why, again, this is all news-driven, and it could cause a problem for Tesla, but it's all news right now. Bezos-backed EV startup Slate reveals modular pickup and SUV with a $25,000 target. To me, that don't look so pretty. It don't look great. But that's my deal when I said about the Cybertruck. I still think it's ugly. This just looks like a simple truck. Simple truck. An all-new EV-based startup backed by Amazon founder. Again, I got to keep saying that it's backed by. He doesn't own it. Has made dramatic entry into the market. This was a leak. Was it done on purpose? I don't know, but this is a leak of what the car looks like. The company, quietly founded in Michigan, has raised over $110 million in funding to date and includes several, again, same stories. Slate's debut vehicle is a compact two-door electric ute. The heck is that? Aimed at first-time vehicle buyers with a targeting price of about just $25,000. All right, next story. Inside, the EV startup secretly backed by Jeff Bezos. More stuff about it. The company raised the money. Slate has told employees that it's Series B later for shares. According to multiple sources familiar with the funding, it has not yet filed any paperwork for the round with the Securities and Exchange Commission. It's still a startup. But, how about the paperwork shows it authorized nearly $500 million in preferred shares for the Series B at $2.37 per share. But again, no work has been filed. Now, there's one more piece to this story. I really don't want to talk about it, but I got to. There's one more piece to this story that could make this even bigger news. How about this? Vancouver's X-Row could bring fast charging to the $25,000 Slate EV. Now, a lot of you out there going, oh my God, I lost a lot of money listening to you, Glenn, and listening to VectorVest on X-Row. I ain't pushing X-Row. Believe you me, I'm not pushing it. Stock made a big move today. There's some news that possibly is coming out on Thursday. Could it be talking about this? I don't know. But this could be a big mover for X-Row. So I'm not going to even go a whole lot into the story. All right, I'm not going to even go a whole lot into the story, except for they've got some kind of exclusive, possibly. I got to talk a little bit about that. So let's go down. According to sources to driving, which requested anonymity, again, developing story for reasons of confidentiality, the Vancouver-based X-Row Technologies with roots in Vancouver, but footprints in Calgary and Michigan, again, where this vehicle is being made, appears to be playing an enormous part in the truck's development. An enormous part in the truck's development. How enormous and what part? Absent official word, these are connections being made by reading between the lines and making educated observations, but a lot of interesting information comes up. For example, the coil driver technology apparently meets the performance requirements with a simplified and cost-effective powertrain designed using the motor but no mechanical gearboxes. There's a lot of other things that are in this story that all jives with getting the cost down to $25,000. That would be a huge advantage, cutting charging times to DC fast chargers provided the correct infrastructure at home or at business. So I wanted to talk about it, didn't really want to talk about it, but you know something, let's take this a step further. Let's move over to the software. All right, so all of this is news, all of this is hype, all of this is just out there, right? So let's look at it from a VectorVest perspective. Looking at Xro up over 50% today, Tesla moving up close to 6%. Again, the company is not available. You know, the Slate Auto is not available as a public traded company just yet, but it looks like they're raising money to slowly but surely get to there. Let's go look at these graphs real quick. XRO, fundamentally not sound. Again, I'm not pushing the stock right now. Nice move today. Could it be the news that pushed it up? Could it be news that's coming out on Thursday that's pushing it up? I think it's a combination of the two things. Fundamentally not sound. In an uptrend, news will do that. News will push a stock's price higher. Tesla, way overvalued, even after getting beaten up as much as it has, still way overvalued. All right. RV is not there. The company makes money no matter what. RT tells me that it's still not in an uptrend yet. Now let's graph them. Let's graph these stocks. So from a VectorVest perspective, look at that move on XROF. Look at that pullback. Again, news will move stocks. Am I telling anybody to go buy it? No, I'm not telling you to go buy it. Yeah, I'm going to change the graph layout real quick to the star search, what we use for the Jockey Club, our trading room. It is in the fast lane. It broke outside of the Bollinger Bands. In the fast lane, this makes sense that it broke outside of the Bollinger Bands, that it's going to retrace back. But I'm looking at both DPOs are straight up. And I'm going to add volume. Well, actually, I shouldn't have to add it. Where's volume? There's volume. Where's the volume? Big move on volume. There's conviction behind the X-row move. Would I buy it today? No, I wouldn't buy it. Let me get some follow through tomorrow. If this news is real and pushing it higher, let's get some follow through before we go and pull the trigger on it. All right, let's go to the next stock, Tesla. Tesla's in the slow lane, getting into the middle lane. Look at this. Downtrend, very close to breaking above the downtrend. Something else I want to give you. Put this on a 1-year graph. Put this on a 6-month graph. What have I got going here? I could have a possibility of a descending triangle or flag, whatever you want to call it. This would be my flag pole. All right, this would be my flag pole. The low of the flag pole is 213. The high is at 440, which is a difference of $227. Normally what happens with a descending flag, a bullish or bearish pennant, all of that kind of stuff, is that it is possibly a bullish signal. Where's the possible target on it would be the difference between these two, which is $227. I'm putting it out there. Depending on what happens with the earnings, could Tesla possibly have a target of $440? Very interesting. Very interesting. I honestly don't think that Tesla is going to beat earnings or revenues. So this may all be for naught. But I'm just looking at the technicals on it. Looking at the technical formation, that this is possibly setting up as a bullish formation with that flagpole, possible target of $440. I'm just putting that out there just from the technicals. But I don't think that they beat earnings and I don't think that they beat revenues. But could this Slate Auto be a possible disruptor to Tesla, giving them some real competition? All I want you to do is just keep your eyes on it. I'm not telling anybody to go out and buy Tesla. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and buy XROF. I am telling you that there is news moving these two stocks. Could that be something to keep your eyes on? That's all I got to say. All right. If you like this content, make sure you hit the like button. If you're brand new and I brought something If you're brand new to the channel and I brought something new to you, I want you to consider hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when things like this come out. Between Ryan and I, we try to do a lot of work to keep you ahead of the curve on what's going on in the market. How many of you think that Tesla will beat earnings tonight? Type a yes or a no if you think Tesla is going to beat. Second question, how many of you think that this Slate Auto, it could really be a disruptor? Type in disruptor or type in no disruptor. I'm very curious. All I can do is bring the story to you. I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this. And as this develops, I will do more videos on this Slate Auto. Interesting, look at Slate and look at Tesla. Slate is just using the same letters in Tesla, just jumbled around. Something to think about. Something to think about. Could this be some real competition? All right, folks. Thank you for joining me for this video. This video is over. And until the next time, see ya.